Good morning. I'm going to strike you with yet another kit review. I picked this up from eBay for £25. I thought it was a bargain, so I negotiated with the wife because it's my birthday on next week, so she said I got to have it as an early birthday present from her, so that's what it is. Yeah, so right, back to the kit. It's a HobbyBoss Leopard 2A 6M Canadian, obviously with like a birdcage armour. And it's obviously 1/35 scale. Nice box art, really nice box art. On the ends we have just the same again, but the kit number is 82458. On the other side we have a bit of history about what the Canadians have done with it. And a colour call out again with the NATO colours, which is quite nice. And on the other side we have another colour call out again with NATO colours. The side view, sorry, front view. The PE, quite a bit of PE in there. So let's do what we normally do without further ado. Let's just move my phone out of the way. I shall get the box open, tight and packed. There we go. We'll do what we normally do. Go from the top and work in. There's plenty of plastic in there, so we'll leave the instructions to last. So the first sprue we have is a lot of little parts in there. There's two sprues, the same, and they look nicely moulded. You see there's no flash, ugly sinkholes anywhere. I think we have antennas as well, which is unusual on a kit. The detail is quite nice on the, I presume there's some sort of hat, something to do with the armour, I'm not too sure. But the detail is really nice. A lot of small parts on this sprue. They say there's two of these sprues. That's the brackets obviously fit the armour on the outside. There's two sprues like that, so they, you know, there's a bit of plastic in this kit, so it should keep me busy eventually. Like I say, I've got that many kits to start. It's, you know, one of these days I will start one, a different one. I've got in my stash, as I say. So the next sprue, as you can see, we have the armour. As you see, it's absolutely fantastic moulded. And there's some of this, you can see the moulding on the actual armour there. That's really nice. All the bolt heads, I presume they are. They're bolted on armour, and it's actually got like no anti-skid marks, skid on there as well. If we can get in quite close, maybe you can see it better. There you are. It's really nicely moulded, that, lovely. And then the actual birdcage armour, as I call it, is superbly moulded. It really is. See the quality, and there's no sinkholes or anything to get rid of. Should fit together really nicely. So that's the second sprue. On the third sprue again we have a little bit more of the armour. On the outside of the birdcage armour again. Cool. And again it's all nicely moulded, a few small hatches and other things, but there again all nicely moulded once again. And the gates as well, which that's joined into the parts, are really nice and thin at the end, so they should be able to get quite close with them with your snippers to take them off. As you can see, you know, they're a bit straighten up a little. As you can see, there's like tapered out towards the ends, so that's quite nice. I like that. Wish a lot of kit manufacturers did that. It make our lives a lot easier. Then on to the next sprue, which looks like more armour and hatches, things to put onto the upper hull. by the looks of it. All again nicely moulded. There's no flash, anything like that. Really quite nicely moulded look, really are. So we'll know more about it when we get into the instructions. But yeah, nice again. Nicely done again. Another spoon. There's quite a bit of plastic in this kit. The only downside is a two-piece barrel, but we can sort that out. Oh, there's two parts in here. There's a small part there, which looks like the rear of the tank, and the quality and the detail is really nice. The lights at the back, and then the actual grille, the engine one would presume. But that's really nice, isn't it? Really nice quality. As I say, the only downside is we've got it's two-part barrel, but there's an option there for two different size barrels. We'll have to look into that obviously when we get to the instructions. But there again, everything is nicely moulded. So we shouldn't have any problems with this at all. I do like the now of the taper on the sprue gate. Be interesting to see what the difference is between each gun, but we'll do that when we get to the instructions. Let's carry on with the plastic at the moment. Plenty more of it. And there we have that's the rubber. It's too early in the morning to remember what they're called. Polycaps. There you go. And then we have, I don't know what this part is, but it's nicely moulded again. Obviously it's like a fuel drum, I would presume, for the rear. We're looking at it. It's nicely moulded again. Then we have the smoke launchers. They're all nicely detailed, all in one, which makes our life a lot easier. And they're quite nicely detailed, those. Might hollow them out a little bit, but yeah, a few hatches. The wheels for the top of the return wheels at the top of the tank. Some of the small bits and pieces, more active armour. Looks like the periscopes, vision, the vision block thing at the top of the guns. Some of the little pieces again. So again, all nicely moulded, very nice indeed. So I shall have to put this one back in the bag because there's a loose polycap there. And I don't want to lose that, so I shall pop that one back in the bag. I don't know where it's at, with the polycaps. Still more plastic. And these look like side skirts and other bits again. There's two sprues in here again. We have, I think, for the rear of a tank again. All really nicely moulded. Really are nice. I say no stupid sinkholes or anything like that. Clean, crisp, and so the nice detail. Again. And I presume these are like the side skirts for the tank as well, which is all reactive armour, nicely detailed again. Really are quite nice. And now that's the other side, which is slightly different. Again, some more. On the top again. So it's nicely moulded again. Should have no problems with this. You'll have quite a long build, but alright, obviously it's going to be the turret and some other pieces. Let's have a quick look. Yep, nicely moulded, really nice. Really nice. Lovely. Really nicely moulded. Does that flash? A little bit of flash just there, look. just underneath there, but yeah, bit of rub on there, that's gone. So nothing to worry about. They say it's quite a large turret, as you know. The Panther is quite large. It's almost as long as the actual lower hull. Once the gun's on there. Yeah, nicely moulded. Obviously that's the bottom of it, with details on the bottom as well, which is nice. And then we have a couple more pieces of to go on the side. I don't think obviously ammo maybe perhaps in there, or whatever bits and pieces they carry. There again, all nicely detailed again. With the anti-skid, yeah, on there as well. So that should go together nicely as well. Right, then we get into the wheels. First sprue of the wheels. And it's, yeah, there's two the same. So let's have a look. Yep, nice again, nice detail. Rocket's really nice, and the actual wheels are quite nice as well with the what's it got on the ends of the wheels? I can't quite see it, if I bring it in close to something on the end, or like a little, so for like the grease nipple or something, isn't it, that goes on the outside. I'll have to check that later on. I know some tanks do, just keep it, yeah, the detail again is nice. And no sinkholes again, no stupid marks. All present incorrect, that's nice again. And then you have the suspension arms in this one. Just 2 sprues again, which are really nice again, really nicely moulded and quite, you know, thick and chunky as well. The attachment points, as you can see, they're really nicely detailed again. And we're not going to see much one obviously when the wheels are on. So that, you know, final drive. The little bits and pieces for, presumably for the suspension, for the side of the tank. But yes, nicely moulded again. Right, so we'll get to the 2 big bits, and then we should carry on again with what else is in this box. It's quite a lot of plastic for your money. There's rubber tracks in here, but they are quite nice. I must admit, they are very nice indeed. Very, you know, not quite supple, this one, not like not plasticky. As you can see, the detail is quite nice. I just want to zoom in. There we go. Very nice. And on the inside, there's a couple of little sinkholes there, but we can soon get them off. As you can see, there's 2 there. But apart from that, the detail is really nice on them. The guide horns, I don't know if they're supposed to be hollow or not. I'm not too sure. I'll have to read into that. If they are, then they're no good really, are they? But I feel nice quality though. For a rubber track, they do quite nice. And obviously people say you can use glues and things, but I've never come across a set that will glue. It'll just have to be the usual soldering together, so they're quite nice. I'll probably use them if the guide horns aren't hollow. And then the lower of the tub, which is really nicely detailed again. You know, scare patches with the bits and bobs, and on the side we have obviously where the suspension arms go and other bits and bobs. A lot of this won't be seen obviously with the side skirt and the bird cage armour. That's nice. And I do like this where they do keep the upper hull in a sort of separate thing, stop it moving around and getting marked. But, there again, we have all the detail is really nice. The anti-skid again. Obviously a lot of things to attach onto this. I'll turn it around for the rear, which is really nicely detailed. I love the cooling fans, and the clasps on the on there as well. Nicely detailed. A few things on there. Really quite impressed with this kit. Well, especially for £25, a bargain. I thought that can't be right. So I checked and it was 25 quid. So I thought, right, I'll be having that. Because I do have the Challenger 2 with the bird jammer coming eventually. So it'd be nice to build these two together and see what compare the differences. So we have quite a lot of PE string, which is I use anyhow, but I won't be using it as tow rope. But I thought there might have been a bit of brass wire in there, whatever it is. But can't have everything. So we have the usual fare. A few other bits and pieces, the engine grills. I don't know what the other parts are yet until I get there, and the shield to go on there as well. Like an emblem, it's quite nice. So it's one part. And then we have a small part again with little hinges by the looks of those. I'll get rid of that glare. Can't quite see them. Let's have a look. I've taken them out. There's a few hinges. Quite long ones in this. I don't know what the other ones are. And on the reverse we have more. I think that's probably for the turret basket. I may be wrong, but I think it is. So that's the PE, and then we have a small bag of decals with the Canadian maple leaf and plastic clear plastic for the periscopes, which are quite nice again. Quite a few there, as you can see. Sorry about the glare, let's get rid of the glare. There you can see those. Quite nice. And then the decals, which obviously is, there's not many on these modern tanks. So we'll see what we've got. Obviously with the Canadian maple leaf. And that's about it really, and all the bits on there with white cross. That's about it really. So they're quite nice, a bit shiny, but carrier film is really closely cut to the actual decal, so that shouldn't be a problem. Put that there, and last but not least, well, I've got the instructions. We have some ration packs. Boxes which will be folded up and used, which is a nice little touch to the kit. Never done them, so there's also first. Right, so that's all the plastic. Let me just pop that in there, and then we can get to the instructions, which again we'll do the colour call out. It seems to be quite lucky with the kits at the moment, the new ones. They have the colour call out, which is just the NATO colours. But I've seen people just painting the Canadian and just painting the green. I don't know what, olive green or khaki green, or so the colour call out's nice. So you get both sides, the rear, the top as well. So it's quite nice. You see what I mean about the glare off it. Once you got the basket out, this turret is nearly as long as the actual hull itself. Nice again. I do like the you get the colour call out, which is nice. I'm quite impressed with that. Makes life a lot easier instead of black and white pictures. Gives you sort of some sort of thing what it actually looks like when you cover it up. And it's a booklet, which is nice. And the first one we have the sprue map. There's quite a few sprues as you've seen. A few little extras. As normal, we start off with the building of the road wheels. Little bits on the lower hull. Then carrying on with the lower hull, putting the rear on the lower hull. There's a few things you have to mark, drill a hole in there as well. It says on there, so keep an eye on that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 pages stuck together. Cool. And we're carrying on with the lower hull again, attaching the suspension arms and the wheels, which you probably won't do at that stage again as normal. And then we have the add to the lower hull the extra protection. and it'd say put the tracks on there, but I won't be doing that at that point either. I think wish sometimes the manufacturers would actually do it as most modelers build, and the tracks and the wheels are left sort of till the last thing. And then we start the assembly of the upper hull and all the pieces that have to be added. The you know, the extra armour, that nice piece that I showed you earlier on, the side bits, the rear of the tank again. It's telling you to drill the holes in certain parts of the side armour again. And again, yeah, it's telling you to put that on there. There's a bit of hooks and things, little bits and pieces, and then the P for the top of the grill covers, and it's saying then attach the top to the bottom, which I won't be doing at that moment in time. And then there again with the tow hooks, they'll be made separately. I won't put on at that time. Small little bits and pieces. We're starting off with the brackets for the armour, and then putting onto the brackets actually onto the birdcage armour itself. And then we're attaching the armour to the sides. Should be an interesting job to try and do, keep them all lined up. Yeah, and then the birdcage armour on reverse, and then round the turret as well. We haven't built the turret yet, so I don't know why they put that part there. If you ever started the turret here, which is the obviously with the two variants of the guns, I'll read more into that. Obviously polycaps go into the there's no breach or anything in it, so you know, which I didn't expect to be. And then we start again with the upper hull, sorry, the turret. All the little bits and pieces, and then we're attaching the upper of the turret to the lower of the turret. All these boxes and one thing and another, all little bits and bobs. And then again we're starting off the turret basket on the ends, and obviously this is all the PE that goes on top of the you must have a frame, and the PE sticks to the frame, and then obviously it goes around the rear of the turret. So there's quite a few little tricky bits in this kit, but generally speaking it's fairly straightforward. So there's a lot of parts. I wish you'd just sort of put a line between the two, so you're not, you know, overwhelmed by one page with all that onto it. But we'll get through it. So there's quite a lot to add to the turret, a lot indeed. Machine guns and smoke grenades, smoke launchers, all the bits and pieces. The armour again on the front, and then we're attaching the rest of the cage armour around the turret, obviously with the brackets, and then the aerials at the back, 3 aerials on the back to finish it off. So it looks a nice kit, it really does look a nice kit to build. I'm looking forward to doing that at some point, whenever I get my bottom into gear. So now I'm going to carry on with the Panther. I've nearly finished the tracks, because I've been one of those weeks where I've had no time with the bench at all hardly, so I'm playing a bit of catch up at the moment. So hopefully I'll get the tracks finished today with the Panther, and hopefully be able to give it its base coat with touch wood. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. So I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your day to view this little video, and I'd like to thank all my subscribers, new and old. It's very much appreciated with the comments that's left, the positive comments, which is nice to see. And if there's anybody that can throw any tips my way, I'll be quite happy to accept. And you know, you can always share, can't we? The main thing about, you know, modelling for me is the fun part. It really is. It's the fun part, the enjoyment of building it, and you know, making it as close as, well, depending on what you want to do with the kit, of course, trying to make it as sort of lifelike as possible. I know some kits are, you know, they always say, no, they're not, they shouldn't be on there, that shouldn't be on there. But to me, that doesn't bother me one little bit. You know, it's a hobby in the end. You know, that's all it is. It's a hobby. So that's my little rant over. So I'd like to say thank you very much. So we shall speak again soon. This is Greg signing out. See you later, guys and girls.